All right, Shalom. This is Har One Banyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp, located right here in Jacksonville, Florida. Before I begin, I want to say Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem, Harakah Kwadash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, what you saw and heard just now, I've done lessons on it before. Was called the Tsar Bomba, which is a ICBM missile, intercontinental ballistic missile that was tested by Russia. All right. I think the word Tsar means boom, like from the sound of it. Now, when you're dealing with sound, they deal with decibels. And I think the Tsar Bomba's Shockwave was at 224 dB, which is that's just the passing over of it, not even the explosion. Just when it's passing over, and the flames behind. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. All right, this is Revelations 9:16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. That's 200 million basic warheads, man, from these ICBM missiles. And I heard the number of them. All right, now it says 200 million missiles, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and brimstone. All right. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, meaning these this army that John the Revelator was seeing in the vision was metallic, and they looked like iron or swords in the sky. But they had power in the tip of the sword. All right, you click on that word mouth, it means the edge of a weapon. Now, so they have power in that's what they call them, warheads. The head of the lion and of the missiles, and out of their mouth they issue fire, smoke, and brimstone, which represents the wrath of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, nuclear, uranium, plutonium, all of those together making what? Brimstone. All right. It says, by these was the third part of men killed. All right, and the third part represent the wicked. By the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. So it's not just from the fire, from the heat, also from the chemical toxicity, the radiation of the missiles, and also the lava, because this place is going to be a lava pit. America's going to be a lake of fire. All right. So also from the fire of it, because that's what happens. That people are going to catch fire while they're upon their feet, just from the heat of it and the flames. So this is a combination destruction that the Lord is bringing. All right. So that's why he said their eyes are going to burn in their heads and their tongue in their mouth. Basically, all their soft organs are going to melt away. Now it says this all issued out of the mouths, meaning out of the warheads. For their power is in their mouth, all right? And in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents. That's why you see a missile shooting in the sky look like a zigzag or a swirl in the sky. People are like, it was a chariot. But if you look it up, it was a missile test, all right? Like from Russia, you'll see like a swirl in the sky, and those are missile tests. They say like unto serpents. and had heads, and with them they do hurt, right? Just like a lion, but these hurt with the warheads. But the tail also had power in it, which is from the nuclear propulsion, and it's so strong that it's 224 decibels, man. That's as loud as a spaceship, right? A spaceship shuttle V, they said, going over, and it'd be like cooking the sky. It sound like something cooking right over top of you. The flames of the missiles just going by. The crackling of it. All right, but then you have from the actual mushroom cloud that the scriptures speak of, the sky rolling together like a scroll that we just saw in the video. It's going to cause nuclear fallout, nuclear winter, also noise, man. All right, shock, what they call a shock wave. This is shock waves surpass your basic decibels of sound. You go from noise or sound to shock waves, which is faster than sound, and that's gonna shoot around the whole world. Now, the reason that this lesson was on my spirit, because I had a thought the other day. All the wars and missile tests that's going on the earth right now, you don't hear it, you don't feel it. They're bombing in Russia. They're doing nuke tests out in the ocean. But the Lord said this one, when it hits America, Babylon, when the destruction hits, it's going to be felt around the world and heard around the world. So this is going to be a massive destruction from the Almighty. If you look up the loudest sound ever recorded on the earth, they're going to say the Tsar Bomba. It means what? Shockwave means bomb shock. Damn. It also means bomb shock. What the heck is that? Let me see what that is. Bomb shock. I'll look it up later. All right, yeah, y'all know about Shockwave from Transformers. And they got somebody called bomb shock too. It says in physics, a shock wave, also spelled shockwave, anyway, or shock is a type of propagating disturbance that moves faster than the local speed of sound, man. See, in the medium, like an ordinary wave, just like in the water, a shock wave carries energy and can propagate through a medium, but is characterized by an abrupt, nearly discontinuous change in pressure, temperature, and density of the medium, man. Whew. So human body couldn't handle that type of sound, man. Like, you see them people. All right, for example, this is y'all probably seen these little bass or subwoofer challenges that's been going around on TikTok, different websites, streaming sites, and they show the example of the power of sound, man. You know, now mind you, they're not even saying a volcanic explosion. They're saying that's not the loudest sound ever recorded. The loudest sound ever recorded was those ICBM missiles, the Tsar Bomba that was tested. But check this out. Look what sound can do to the human body. Look, and this is not even the level of a shock wave. This is just sound at a super high wattage. Look at that, the blast that it makes. All right, look at that, and the pressure that comes from it as well. Ooh, look at that, all that from sound. All right. So, matter of fact, all right, this is Psalms 1:1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, man, because the ungodly, this is their reward, man. People out here murdering, killing, into adultery, spiritual and physical adultery. I uh, uh, robbing, stealing, all right, abominable foods into these folly holidays. You can go on and on. Not doing the work. Well, this is what they got coming, man. This type of destruction. People, I don't care. Well, all right, they'll care in that day. Nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. All right, sitteth in the seat of people like Anton Daniels and all these scoffers. You don't want to do that. But his delight is in the law of the Lord. Right, let me get to the point. And he shall be planted like a tree by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. But the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away, man. The winds. All right, those winds. Matter of fact, that goes into this. That goes into the noise, and also the pressure that come from this nuclear ICBM explosion. That goes into the sound and the pressure and the temperature. That's going to turn people into chaff just from the heat. It's going to scorch them and dry them out. It's going to blow them away like a hurricane blow away the leaves, man. That blast. All right. The same way we just saw that person's ear and limbs, hat blown off his head. And that's only a small scale. So it says in physics, a shockwave, also spelled shockwave or shock, is a type of I already read that. So it deals with what? Nearly continuous change in pressure, temperature, and density of the medium. So that's why I said that. This is 2 Peter 2:6. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, man. So this place is going to become ashes, like chaff, scorched, condemned with an overthrow. So it's going to be an overthrow. So everything is going to be unbearable. The fire, he says, a breach ready to fall, man. The fire, the heat, the blast, the sound, all right, the chemicals in it, the shrapnel, all of that is going, in the lava pit that is going to leave here, called the lake of fire, and then the nuclear fallout. That's why the Lord said, "Who can abide in that day?" And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. Right, man. So you can imagine if you was to hear the Lord's voice, if he was, as he's angry, the blast would be unbearable. All right, Isaiah 13:6. Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. See that? Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid, pangs, and sorrows. Yeah, they're gonna be afraid in that day. Right now, people not afraid because they don't see the Most High. But us, we believe and we fear the Most High without seeing them. They shall be afraid, man. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. And that's even people out here with these guns, these gang members, right? and these proud as government officials, they're gonna be afraid, and they shall be in pain as a woman, especially Jake in these churches, and these, out here in America, they should be in pain as a woman in travail, a woman in labor, and they shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. They're gonna spontaneously combust from the chemicals and the heat. Gonna turn them into chaff, man, while they stand upon their feet, and then they're gonna be blown away with the blast and then melted. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger. So all of this together, it's gonna be cruel, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. So he's gonna melt them out of the earth. Sheesh. Right, then you also have the sonic boom. A sonic boom is a sound associated with shock waves, created when an object travels through the air faster than the speed of light. Sonic booms generate enormous amounts of sound energy, sounding similar to an explosion or a thunderclap to the human ear. Remember that Incredible Hulk thunderclap? All right. The crack of a supersonic bullet passing overhead is the crack of a bullwhip. Or the crack of a bullwhip are examples of a sonic boom in a miniature level. All right. Sonic booms due to large supersonic aircraft can be particularly loud and startling, tend to awaken people, and may cause minor damage to some structures. But imagine from a missile, 200 million of them, Tsar bombas. All right, pressure waves. Look at all that. The human body can't handle none of this. None of this shit right here. So let me get back to this point. It says here, how loud is the explosion of a missile fired from a jet? No, that's not what I want. It says here, how loud is a nuclear missile? Of course, it is possible to go beyond this limit. It is. All right, the voice of the Lord is more powerful than that. But we should talk more about a shock wave instead of sound wave. Then the noise from the largest detonated atomic bomb, the RDS 202, also called the Tsar Bomba, Tsar meaning boom, can be estimated at an incredible 224 dB, meaning decibels. So let's get that real quick. 224 dB. Let's see what that is. It says 10 noisiest sounds ever recorded on the planet Earth. Electronic siren. The noise from the largest detonated atomic bomb, the RDS 202 Tsar Bomba, can be estimated at an incredible 224 decibels. Alright, so let me click on this, see what this is. This is all prophetic, man. Look at that. The shockwave gonna be heard. That's fire right there. Hold on. Alright, so yeah, this noise and this shockwave is going to be heard and felt all around the world. Alright, even the explosion and the pressure from these ICBM missiles, they're going to cause the earth to shake and reel to and fro. Alright, so let me see. It said the noisiest sound ever recorded on the planet. All right, kind. All right, so it's not the largest sound, but it's one of the top largest sounds on the earth. All right, the top largest sound, which I would have thought so too, is the volcano. All right, so it's up there on that level. It's crazy, man. So atomic bomb explosion, the top position in our list are taken by the events whose noise intensity can only be estimated. This is so for several good reasons. First, from a purely technical point of view, sound in the air cannot be more intense than 194 dB at this or decibels. At this intensity, the individual sound waves interfere with each other and create a vacuum. Of course, it is possible to go beyond this limit, but we should talk more about a shock wave instead of sound wave then. The noise from the largest detonated atomic bomb, well, we already read that. Since the decibels are logarithmic, it is 100 times more deafening a noise than a Saturn V space rocket. So if you were standing next to a Saturn V space rocket, that's how it would sound standing under ICBMs being detonated or passing over. However, if it exploded and it would last a few milliseconds only, you would probably be bothered with other things than measuring the exact intensity of the noise, right? So, not only the noise, but the pressure and the heat. All right, so a Saturn V space rocket. All right, this is a Saturn V space rocket launch. So this is how the missiles sound going over the houses, or if it was in the sky, and how the shock wave will sound hitting people. Yeah, the human body couldn't handle that. This is Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. So we're sounding the alarm amongst the hopeful elect that this is coming. This destruction is coming. All right, so we have to prepare and hide ourselves under the shadow of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. All right, his covering, his protection, and mercy. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. So anybody that's here, they need to be trembling. And they will. For the day of Yahweh cometh. For it is nigh at hand. With Russia, China, all these nations ramping up their nuclear arsenals, directing them towards America. A day of darkness and of gloominess. That's nuclear fallout, explosions, smoke. A day of clouds and thick darkness. Not just darkness, but thick darkness, just like the darkness that overshadowed and within Egypt when the Lord brought the plagues upon Egypt. All right, thick darkness, man. As the morning spread upon the mountains. So the same way you see the morning spread out over the mountains, little by little, at the dawn of it, you're gonna see the missiles and the destruction spreading out over the cities of America. And a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. That's all them nations coming together and shooting their nuclear missiles. What they call it in the scriptures, say, "Let the weak say I'm strong. Beat your plowshares into swords." So that's them ramping up their nuclear arsenals. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth, just like Revelation 9. So the warheads create a fire, but also behind them, like we just saw in that rocket, nuclear or fire propulsion. And that's what we're going to hear, that crackling, that cooking, man. That's why I say that Malachi, I think, it says, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. And the land as the garden of Eden before it. So it's gonna be Same way you see America in the state that it's in now, which is not beautiful, but it doesn't look like it's been destroyed by war. It says, and behind them a desolate wilderness. So once you see them missiles, the page gonna turn, and this place gonna be a desert. It's gonna be too late, and nothing shall escape. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. That's why I say the horsemen in Revelation chapter 9. All right, horses. Something that's controlled and that fights in the battle with the human. It's the same way the horse is used for battle. All right, so these missiles are going to be AI technology controlled through satellites. All right. Now, are they going to be bridled by humans and AI technology? And they appear like an army. Like you see the drones. All right. Appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run to their marks, man, for war. This is a new level of war, the soldiers. All right. The scriptures say this war shall be with the battle of the warrior shall be with. This one's going to be with burning and fuel of fire. All right, not soldiers being sent out by their generals and fighting with swords and garments rolled in blood, but this is going to be an army of drones and AI technology and missiles that's going to fight the war for the humans. All right, like the noise of chariots like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap. All right, so that's them Vanguard missiles, the invincible missile that can go around any missile defense. Like the noise, they won't even be able to see it coming. It's untrackable. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble. Didn't we just read that? Shockwave, or sounding like a spaceship going over, being launched right over top of you. It says like the noise of a flame of fire. What would that sound like? Like something cooking in the sky. That's some scary shit, man. Like the noise of a flame of fire. And it's not going to be a tiny noise. It's going to be on the level of a Space V ship taking off right over top of your house, or a person's house in America, or a volcano erupting right next door. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, man. It's gonna be like an oven. As a strong people set in battle array. See, the same way they're gonna be set. These missiles are gonna be set in battle array to hit precise targets. Precision guided missiles, right? Strategic targets. Before their face, the people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. Blackness represents fear, so they're gonna be scared when they see and hear about the destruction coming. All right, so yeah, man. As the noise of a flame of fire in the sky, something cooking. Whew, that's deep, man. All right, let's get through some of these scriptures. 2 Peter 3:8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing. So we're not supposed to ignore this or be ignorant to it. That one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day, right? Because that's why people are asleep. They're not looking for the Most High to send Yahweh Shai to deliver us a second time. They're like, where's the God that brought you up out of Egypt? They're like, where is he? So, since he ain't around, y'all don't have no power. But we do have power, and he is around. All right. 2 Peter 3:9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, man, that he made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance, all the elect. All right, that's in the book of Second Ezra, I think chapter 2. It says the number which thou longest for. Revelation 7, the 144,000, and the rest of the 1/3, small multitude. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. It's going to be quick, unexpectedly, in the which the heavens shall pass away. So this rulership, current rulership with Esau in power, is going to pass away, right, with a great noise, man. 2 Peter 3:10. Let's get that real quick. All right, it says, with a great noise, with a loud noise, man. It says a whir, which goes into the term whirlwind. Whizzingly, with a crash, man. This place gonna come crashing down. All right, when the missiles hit. Whizzingly, what's that? It says whizzing goes to the word whiz, WHIZ. It means something moving quickly through the air with a whistling or whooshing sound. Missiles whizzing past, man. But it ain't gonna just whiz. It's gonna sound like something cooking over top of people's houses. And then that boom is gonna be that great noise. See that? Whew, man. All right, so it says here, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. 2 Peter 3:10. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, man. Great. Sheesh. Oh, it says this is going to come as a destruction from the Almighty. All right. So great noise. Sheesh, man. That's deep. So it says here, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, man. So everything they build in here, even the elements in the sky are gonna melt because it's gonna be cooking in the sky, and anything under it gonna melt with fervent heat. All the technology, the innovations they're doing today, these jobs, people, is gonna melt like crayons. All right, so this is Nahum 3:19, because we know America is also known as spiritual Nineveh. All right. Now, check this out, Nahum 3:19, because after the destruction, or in the midst of the destruction, all the nations are going to hear it, not only through communications, but also through satellite, through the internet, if it's still around, satellite, but also through the noise of it and the shaking of the earth that's going to happen. They're going to know that this was it. There is no healing of thy bruise, man. So this place is never going to be healed, never going to rise again. No phoenix coming out of the ashes, never going to happen. Thy wound is grievous. Right, what they did to the children of Israel, that's grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap the hands over thee. So they're going to hear about it. For upon whom have not thy wickedness passed continually, man? So all these nations are going to want to, not just the children of Israel, but these heathen nations are going to want to destroy it. And everybody that hears about the destruction is going to clap about it. Y'all seen Kim Jong-un clapping all the damn time? All the damn videos with his gout fingers, eating all that damn cheese. You always see him clapping and shit. It says, something heard, a sound, a rumor, announcement, audience, man. Something heard, a sound, rumor, announcement, abstractly, the audience. So the nations are going to be sitting around hearing about the destruction of this place. What was that? That was America. What? Yeah, they got destroyed. Remember, remember during the movie, if you watch the movie Oppenheimer, when they tested the missile for the first time, he said he has become the destroyer of worlds, the harbinger of death. Well, that matches up with Habakkuk 2. They enlarge their desires as hell and it is as death, man. But the thing is, when those missile tests happened, it was known around the world that it happened. They had spies. But this one, they're not going to need spies. They're going to know about the destruction of this place. As we know, words travel fast, just like these shock waves are going to travel fast. Isaiah 13:6. Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. I already read this con. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, man. All right. So, and every man's heart shall melt. That goes into fear. All right. All their plans, they're gonna have to cast that aside. All their idols, everything they think in their mind, they're gonna realize they were wrong, and they're gonna melt for fear, passing out, heart attacks, all kind of shit. All right. Second Ezra chapter 5 verse 5, and it's speaking about the nuclear fallout. It says, "And blood shall drop out of the wood." All right. So the blood shall drop out of the wood, meaning the Lord's gonna make these people melt, and they're gonna become part of the damn environment. They're gonna be melted into the wood. That's how powerful it's gonna be when it splatters them over the shit. You know, and then the dirt, with the dirt gonna become lava. So the blood shall drop out of the wood, and the stones shall give their voice. There you go. So the architecture and the stones and the buildings all crumbling down, and the place being destroyed, it's gonna be a sound heard around the world, and the people shall be troubled. See that? All right. And even he shall rule whom they look not for, that dwell upon the earth. Right. The elect gonna rule, and they're gonna see Russia and them dominating America. And the fowls shall take their flight away together. So it's gonna be so scary. All the birds gonna want to get the hell out of here, and people that's trying to leave gonna try to get the hell out of here. All right. So yeah, shall give his voice. So the Lord is saying what? His sword shall be bathed in heaven. It shall come down upon Idumea. This is gonna happen, and you're gonna hear it. That sound is gonna happen in the earth too. Right. Verse 7. And the Sodomitish sea shall cast out fish. Now, Sodomitish represents the salt sea. I think it was the Dead Sea. I'm not mistaken. The salt sea, representing how it mixes. The salt mixes with the fresh water or whatever, and it becomes toxic. That's what they call it, the Sodomitish sea. Not talking about the rainbow, the flag that they try to, whatever. Not talking about America being sodomites. This is talking about the toxicity of the nuclear fallout. And it shall make a noise in the night. So in the midst of that destruction, which many have not known, but they shall all hear the voice thereof. So all the nations are going to be affected by the destruction. All right, so they're going to hear it, they're going to see it, and they're going to be affected by it. And the nuclear fallout is going to affect these nations around the world while the elect are in the chariots. All right, so yeah, the stone shall cry out, man, shall give his voice. That's the destruction. It's going to be loud. Revelation 11:12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. This is the day of destruction. It's going to be in 1 hour. And the elect going to be taken up into the chariots. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake. That great earthquake, man, goes into that noise. One of the loudest sounds also recorded on the earth, earthquakes. A commotion of the air. See that? Of the ground. So it can be an earthquake in the sky that can shake the earth, and also that hits the ground or comes from the ground itself. A shaking, a commotion, a tempest, an earthquake. Come on, man. This is some scary shit here. But the Lord said, the elect at destruction and famine, they shall laugh. So the same hour, there's going to be what? A great explosive shockwave, earthquake, destructive earthquake, like a damn volcano and spaceship V blasting off right next to you over your house. And the 10th part of the city fell. So America broke up into 10 common markets, but these are going to be precision strikes on this place. And in the earth were slain of men 7,000. That represents an innumerable number of people. And the remnant were affrighted. So it's going to be such a blast, and the fire going to scare the hell out of the elect, and gave glory to the God of heaven. Right. So they're going to be taken into the chariots where they're safe and able to give glory to the God of heaven. Because who can give glory to Yahweh in the grave? So the elect are going to be alive and taken care of at that moment. Whether they come from the spirit world, where they praise the Lord in the spirit, but in the flesh, the elect going to be brought from the heavens and also from upon the earth to give glory to the God of heaven, Yahweh. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. See that? So yeah, this is going to be a noise heard all around the world, man. Earthquake, right? So this is Luke 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. And we've been seeing that. All right, the signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. And upon the earth, distress of nations. So we're seeing everything build up. Proxy wars, right? With perplexity. The sea and the waves roaring. Men's heart failing them for fear. There you go. This is the one. Men's heart failing them for fear, man. And, so they're going to be casting away all their dreams and their plans and their idols and philosophies, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. And they're going to be fainting and dying and shit from fear. For the Great Depression was the highest level of suicide, mostly recorded in America. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up. Salakia. It says here, men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Look at that. So this blast and shockwave and sonic boom, or whatever you want to call it, all together, is going to be so powerful, it's going to cause a rift to go out to the stars, the sun, moon, and the stars. Why? Because the earth is going to reel to and fro. It's going to shake from the power and the destructive might of Yahweh's wrath that's coming. It's going to shake the earth. It's going to send a ripple through the orbit of our Milky Way out in space. That's what it means. The powers of heaven shall be shaken. And also, some say, Esau's rulership. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. Man. All right. So the heavens are going to be shaken from the power of the destruction, man. And the whole world going to hear about it, see it, and feel it. This is Isaiah 24 and 19. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. All right. The earth is moved exceedingly, man. Um, Let me see something real quick. Right, because the scripture said they're gonna try to run and go into the holes of the rocks. I'm gonna go to verse 17. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of the earth. And it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. Man. So whoever, all these elites that's going to run and hide in their bunkers, they're going to be brought out and try to come up out of those bunkers, and they're going to be taken right into captivity, into a snare, and into a trap by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They're going to go into slavery. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. Talking about this place, America. The earth is moved exceedingly, and the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. When this place gets hit, man, with the Lord's wrath and the missiles, it's gonna cause the earth to reel to and fro from the earthquake that's gonna happen, and the power and the blast and the noise of it, which noise is energy as well. All right. Noise is the most important energy because the Most High's voice is the highest noise ever, and also the most quietest. The Lord could whisper and destroy everything. But sound is at the core of everything that's in existence, even light. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, like a little house. Because that's what the earth is, a house. And the transgressors thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So this kingdom is going to fall, and it shall never rise again. All right. So yeah, man. The Lord said what in that same chapter? He was going to punish the host of the high ones that are on high, man. All right, these elites, Esau, they're going to lose their rulership. That's why the heavens and the earth shall pass away with a great noise. The current rulership is going to pass away with those ICBMs, World War III. Isaiah 2 and 17. And the loftiness of man shall be bowed down. See, their rulership is going to be brought down. And the haughtiness of men shall be made low. So all their power, their money, their resources, their military is all going to be brought low. And Yahweh and their idols. And Yahweh alone shall be exalted in that day. And the idols he shall utterly abolish. All right. And they shall go into the holes of the rocks. See, they're going to try to run into the bunkers. And in the caves of the earth. For the fear of Yahweh, from this noise and the destruction. And for the glory of his majesty, when he ariseth to shake terribly the earth.